Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Quick demo for you for your KR Sabers Scavenger. This was very nicely weathered by Multiverse Props, and he also wrapped it as well. It just came to me for the install. I installed this with the Goth Master chassis for you. There is a trick to getting this chassis out. So what you want to first do is grab the pommel, twist it clockwise. It'll click, and then you can pull the pommel out. Do that kind of slowly. You'll see your chassis here. Now the chassis only comes out one way. I'm going to go ahead and take it out first and then explain to you what I mean by that. Nice and slow. You'll see two screws here. There's a screw here and another 180 degrees from it. They actually protrude into your handle, top and bottom there. You can kind of see that. There's grooves on this chassis for clearance. You can see one right here and one right here, and that goes all the way down, right down to this piece right here. There's actually a groove on this brass piece and another groove right here. Those have to be lined up when pulling this out, or it's not going to come out, right? So if I put this in there, about halfway, and I twist it, which I can, if I'm not lined up with those screws, it's not going to pull out. So take your time with it. After you do it a few times, you'll get the feel for it. And just kind of work it out, and it will come out on you. Okay. When you take it out, here's your chassis. So removable battery setup. This is the battery that it came with. Kill switch right here. You've got a 28mm KR speaker. What else do we got? We'll just work our way from the speaker forward. Your board is right here. This cover is on magnets, so you can just take it, pop it off. There are a lot of wires over here. I didn't have anywhere to put them. There's no way to hide them, right? The only way to hide them is with this cover, and the cover does do that. But there's your Proffie board. You can get to your SD card and your micro USB and never move the board. As a matter of fact, the board is adhesed down to the shelf so it doesn't come out on you. It has a stock font package on it, but it actually only has a config for one font. I know you're going to do your thing, so I just used one single sound font so that you could see how I built it up. And then you can kind of build off that if you like, okay? What else we got? So working our way up. Can't see it right now, but in these grooves right here, I've got a total of 2 LEDs. And then up in this chamber piece right here, there's another yellow LED. Right below your crystal chamber, about in this area, is a red LED. And then your actual crystal chamber, these two doors open. You see that right there, they open up so you can have a full crystal reveal on both sides. They do have 2 magnets on them, so when you close them, they'll go ahead and they'll stay closed for you. Go ahead and close them tight like that. You've got a spinning plasma gate up top here on your crystal chamber that I'll show you here in a second. And then of course your PCB connector, but you do have another brass tactile switch right here. So you can operate this guy outside of the Saber. This is a single switch Saber. Your switch is located in the cog. You want to be very careful with these pedals, right? I went through and I checked them all. All the screws seem like they're pretty good, but they do have a tendency to fall out every once in a while. So you want to be super careful with that. Just try to keep an eye out. The switch on the cog, it only operates after the fins have been open. And then you click it, just click it over real quick. You have to click on the switch and then take the cog off the switch. And it has to be pretty quick. And then I'll show you how to do that. All right. But as far as your chassis goes, what I've done with this guy is I've taken your red LED, your 3 yellow LEDs, and I've wired them to the speaker pad so they react with sound. Your NeoPixel for your crystal chamber, that's a separate blade style. And then your plasma gate is a separate blade style. So on your config, you'll have 3 blade styles per font. Your main blade first, crystal chamber second, and lastly your plasma gate. No matter what font you set up on your 3rd blade style for your plasma gate, just keep that blade style that I have on the config already. So that operates that just fine. All right, you don't want to change that. But we'll come over here and we'll flip the kill switch. Get this in a manner that you can see it. You can see how the yellow and the red reacted with sound. I've got your crystal kind of pulsing when the saber's off, but it is on the timer. If we come over here and hit the activation button, hopefully you can see your plasma gate spinning there. Your red LED underneath it, and then of course your yellow LEDs are lighting up this bottom portion. Just like that. We'll hold it to turn it off. Open these gates up so that you can see the crystal that way. Turn it back on. And that's what that looks like with everything opened up. Turn it back off. And then close these back up. And we'll insert this into the saber. So it only goes in one way as well, right? You have to line up the screws with these two grooves to get it to go all the way in. So that's what we'll do. Like I said, just take your time with it. There's a lot crammed into this guy. When you get so far, you'll feel it bounce on the pogo pins. Just stop there. That's when we'll take our pommel and put it on, and it will do the rest of the work. So we'll lock that in, push it up, and turn it counterclockwise to lock everything down, right? So now we come over here, we open it up so far, and then you want to fast click. And I got your stocks lighting up, nice shine through in your windows. Good smooth swing. And again, to turn it off, we'll just hold it this time. As soon as it turns off, just let go of the cog. You've got 3 screws up here near your emitter. You've got 1, 2, and on the third one, or 3, 4, I'm sorry, you got 4. On the fourth one, I colored it silver with a Sharpie so that you know that is your blade retention. It is, I think, 1 millimeter longer than the rest. So I wanted you to have a way to not have to guess which 4 of those was your blade retention, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll back that up a little bit. We'll put a blade in here. It takes a 1-inch diameter NeoPixel blade. These fins open up just enough to accept a blade, right? So be very careful. Put the blade in there and lock it down. Come over here and turn it on. Once everything is together, it's super solid. It feels really good. Now, if you want to, you can come over here and click it really fast for blaster bolt deflects. You can do it with your thumb. It's a little tough. It's not tough, it's just tricky. But you'll get the hang of it, right? It's unlike any other saber. And then we'll just hold it to turn it off. Just like that. And like I said, I've only got the 1 font on there. So we'll go ahead and we'll take the blade out of this guy. Just a few turns and then you could take this right out. If you have a brand new blade, you're probably going to have to do just a little bit of sanding, but no big deal. You've got stock long pins in here, although they do have the lens cover, as you can see. You don't want to take your blade and just shove it in. So if you're putting your blade in here and you're having some hard times, sand it a little bit. Take the time to sand it. All right. But to take it back apart, we'll just do the same thing, right? Pop the pommel off. Take it off nice and easy. Make sure those grooves are lined up. And then just kind of wiggle it out. The like that. Might go off on you, that's okay. We'll turn it off. And then it'll keep pulsing until I come over here and I flip the kill switch, and it kills everything just like that. But that is basically your scavenger. Let me know if you got any questions, and if not, this guy will go out in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks.